Hello everyone, welcome back to Divine Angelicchosenone channel. This is Gracie and Spirit Earth Angel 623 and Sarai Natural Beauty. So welcome to part 2. If y'all remember, I did like a video on this African man and that two women showed up at his house, his parents' house, and one woman was saying that she know that he had a baby that belongs to him, and that woman wanted the parents to, that they have another grandchild, whatever, out there. So this is part 2 to this to this story here. So this man after he has told the baby mama, the mistress or whatever, that he was going back to his wife. And when he was going back, well, actually the mistress is where he married. He married two wives. He has two wives that he married. And what he did was he ended up going back, to his country and visit family or whatever, and all of a sudden he has, slept with his wife in Africa. I guess they have, relations or whatever. And next thing you know, she done put a curse or hex on him. And what she did is she put one on him so that way he could not have any sexual relations with any other woman or his American wife. So she done put a hex on his wand that he cannot, the African wife did it. She put a hex on it since he can't make up his mind that he wants to be with her or the American woman, because the baby mama is already out of the picture. He no longer deals with the baby mama. So she's already out of the picture with that. That was a one night stand that, results to a child. So he doesn't even love the baby mama and don't want to be with the baby mama. So his main focus is the wife, the two wives that he has. And the way that it was showing me the dream was that he was, like I say, had relations with the African wife or whatever, and what she did is she put a curse or hex, like sexually, on his wand. As they were having sex, this African wife ended up putting a curse on this man. So now this man's wand does not get up for his American wife because the African wife already done put a curse on it. And in the dream, that it was some, disagreement one time before when that happened. This is not the first time that this African wife has done that to this man, because she feels like that, that he married her first, and she did agree to, the African wife did agree to the third party. She agreed to this man marrying this American wife so that way he can get citizenship. And the family and everybody was all agreed to it, agreed to this man doing it. Remember I told you that the American wife did not know that this man was married. They kept it a secret. And then she ended up finding out about it later on, that this man has a whole wife in Africa with family and kids, if you remember that dream and that video that I had posted. So this is part 2 to it. So with that happened, she done put something on his ass that he can no longer have desires for any woman now, period, but her in Africa. So while he's away from her in Africa, he ain't gonna be able to do anything with another woman. She made it sure, because remember I told you that he had his baby mama. Remember I told you that the baby mama came there, showed up at the parents' house and said that she had got pregnant by this man. And the wife didn't like it. Remember I told you how the wife was being all cool and calm and collected, the African wife, and she wasn't really, upset about it. That's the reason, because she knew that when this man sleep with her, she was gonna put a curse on him, that his wand does not work for the American wife or any woman that he meets in America and even in Africa. She feel like that this man has done her wrong. He was supposed to bring her and the family over to America, and they had one big happy life. And he divorced, once he gets his immigration status, that he was going to divorce the American woman, and then he and his African wife and family was going to come over, and they were going to live a happy life. This is a young man, young in age, man, African man that his family and all them had came up with a plan. And I told you that the plan failed and it backfired in their faces. So now, the way that the wife, because he's not there with her all the time, but once a year, he will go there and spend time with her and the family and stuff like that and the kids. And then he comes back and spend majority of his time with his American wife. And she's not liking it because the American wife doesn't do third parties. You remember I told you about that in that? So the American wife does not do third parties. And that's what this man is upset, because he thought sure that the American wife, once she found out that he has a whole wife and kids, that she was going to accept it, and that he was able to bring over his American and his African family. And it didn't work out the way that he wanted planned. And so now, he was already content. And then too, the wife knew that this man loved this American woman also. She knew that this man loved this woman, because he already confessed to her that he loved his American woman also. And she did not take it, the African wife did not take it lightly. She did not take it at all well. She pretended like she took it well, but she didn't. So her and her mother back in Africa and her family, they decided that they was going to teach this man a lesson, and make sure that he only have kids and babies by her and have sexual relations by her only, and not American wife or kids or anything else. American wife, and not have any kids by the American wife either. And this man is so in disillusion that he don't know if he's coming or going, because so much different spells are being hit at this man at this time that I was seeing in the download, that his baby mama, and then some women that he was messing with in the streets, when he was in America, they doing hexes and throwing at him also, because they're mad because this man is not with them. And then you have the baby mama trying to do some stuff too, to this man too, to try to keep the American wife and him apart, that they will have confrontation, chaos, and different things in the marriage, because this man is in a low vibration state, and his mind, the way he thinks, is in a low vibrational state, and he's not fully awakened to the spiritual thing. And I don't think that he's going to ever be awakened to the spirituality world. because of his religion. He's Muslim, so he's not going to be awakened to the spirituality world. Awakened to his purpose or his purpose or his mission that God has for him. He's not going to accept that. He's just going to, go on and live his life. And he don't know, this man still have feelings, and desires for this American woman, but because of how all the heavy different spells and stuff being hit towards this man, has put this man into where his wand is not going to work for anybody. And that's what's going on now. In the dream that it was showing me that his wand, is so much magic coming towards this man that his wand, his heart, his mind, everything is all out of whack. He don't, like I said, this man don't know if he coming and going. This man is sleeping a lot and losing sleep at the same time. Not getting proper rest and different things like that because it's so much stuff, chaos and confusion has been in the midst of this man and his relationships. And that's part of his karma that he's getting because of what he has done to his American wife, how he lied from day one, how he didn't tell her the truth. And then he decided to have a plan, to get his citizenship, his immigration, divorce her, and then he moves on to be happily ever after with his African wife. Him and his family planned it so it can be that way, and it didn't work out as planned. God had a different plan for this man. And so now God is blocking a lot of things in this man's life. He's blocking, blessings and prosperity and whatever blessings that this American woman has, because she is a chosen one. She has a gift, a real prophetic spiritual gift. And so with this, and she's able to see, in the spiritual realm and in the earthly realm, what is going on, behind the scenes. And also, too, is that this man does not like for his American wife to be in the spotlight. She has her own platform, and she has a lot of followers and different things like that follow her. And this man is not liking it. He's not liking the way that his American wife is getting attention. He's a type of man that he doesn't want attention unless he put it out there. Other than that, he doesn't care about the attention of other people. But he doesn't want his American wife out there putting attention on herself, and having other men or whatever coming to, hit on her or flirt with his American wife. But he's still not doing right by his American wife either. And so with that going on, the American wife is being patient, and she knows that this man is being hit by a lot of spiritual warfare as far as hexes and curses that has been coming towards this man. And by it coming towards this man, it is causing a lot of chaos and confusion, which is throwing off this man energy. It's throwing off his energy. It's throwing off you know, how he interact affectionately with anybody or any woman, anything like that. And so with that in place, that's right there. So that has also caused some consultation and different things like that from what I was seeing. And because of the American wife is not stopping, her platform, because she had it for so many years before she even met this man. So this man is trying to change her, to be Muslim religion, to where, in Muslim religion, they have to be subjected to their husband and cover their head and cover their body from head to toe. And the American wife doesn't want to go in that type of religion. And so from day one, she told the man that she did not want to go into his religion, that she wanted to stay with her religion. And he was fine with it. But because of the pressure from his family and friends and peers that he talked to, and also pressure from the African wife, is bringing up the flaws of the American wife, because she's jealous of the American wife because this man spends a lot of time with the American wife than her and the kids back in Africa. So she's getting jealous. And so when she figured that she could not throw hexes and curses, her and her mother couldn't throw hexes and curses at this American wife to bring her down, to tarnish her reputation and everything else, then she decided to work on her husband. So now the African wife is now don't put something on this man. And this man doesn't even know that he has the reason why his wand is not working. Because like I said, he is so messed up. His soul is so messed up right now. This man don't know when to think, how to think rationally and making good decisions. This man is taking a lot of, pills and different things to cope with. And he's trying to wonder why his wand is not working. And when he knows he had, it was working before he went to Africa to be with his family and his wife there. And then when he come back, it's not working. And so this man is very distant and cold, to his American wife, because he don't know what's going on. But that's the magic that's with the African wife, the baby mama, and other people that he has been with out in the streets has threw at this man, since they couldn't bring down the American wife that he's with. They couldn't bring her down. So now they throwing everything at the man because they know this man is weak in his spirit. This man doesn't even pray, like Muslims, if y'all know that Muslims pray like 5 times or all different times of the day. This man doesn't even pray at all. He does not pray at all. And he has mentioned to his American wife, that he don't know why that he can't pray like he used to. And it's because of all the black magic and different things has come towards this man. And that he cannot get connected to God. He don't know how to connect to God. He don't know how to communicate, to his wife of how he's feeling. So this man is keeping all this bottled up inside of him. And he's trying to figure it out, but his soul and his mind is full of confusion, that he cannot think logic. He cannot think clearly to get himself out of this rut or this mess or whatever that he has created. So a lot of it has to do with karma and judgment that is coming on this man. And God is placing it on him to teach him a lesson, that he does not play with women's feelings. He be straightforward and honest with women about his marital status, about his life, his kids, and different things like that. So this man is being punished. He don't want to tell anybody that he's being punished by God. And that's why things are not working out into the plan that he wants. So he gets frustrated a lot and take his anger and frustration out on the American woman, because he don't know how to express his feelings and his emotions and how he feeling in a positive, communicable way. And you know, sometimes God will bring wrath on people. Men or women can go through this when you are not doing what God asks you to do. And you are constantly sneaking around and lying and not being truthful. That's when God will bring his wrath on you to teach you a lesson. Now, only God can heal this man. Only God can deliver this man's soul from out of the hands of the devil. Because also this man has played in some black magic too. You know, with some of his mistress, and his baby mama has played in some black magic also, has joined a covenant group. And trying to sacrifice his American wife at that time so he can get his immigration status, so that it can go back according to the plan that they had from day one. Him and his African wife and the family back then had from day one. And that did not work. And it's still not working because God's still blocking that also. So this is bringing more frustration to this man because he doesn't know his status right now. If he's going to get deported or he's going to stay here in America and now with his American wife. So he has a lot of pressure because he has developed some feelings for this American wife. He does love this American wife, what I showed in a dream. He loves the American wife. He loves her in his own special way. And that's what the baby mama, some of the mistress he had in the streets, and also some his baby mama his wife back home. And she doesn't like it because she knows, because he talks about his American wife to her. And they have some intimate conversations over the phone in privacy. And she knows how he feels about his American wife. See, at first, he didn't have any feelings really for the American wife. The plan was to get his citizenship and then he divorced his American wife, move on with his life. But God had a different plan in this man's life. When he met a chosen one that God has chosen, God was not going to allow that plan to go down like that. And so now this man is in a stuck energy situation, in a cycle that only he is going to keep going around in a circle until he open up his eyes to see who is the real enemies. And the real enemies are his baby mama, his wife in Africa, and his baby mama, and the women that's out in the streets is the real enemy. Because the American wife doesn't dip and dab in black magic. All she do is pray for her husband and pray for their, business or whatever they have together. She prays for them. She wants things to go right. And ever since this man had came to this American wife, I told you about that. He came over to the American wife, that the African wife has been doing, her and her mother has been doing spells on this man ever since then. And he tried to do it on the American wife and it didn't work out. They've been trying to separate this man and this American wife for a long time. And now that he done dip and dab because she done put black magic on him so bad that now he goes out there and have a baby. And see, that was a surprise to her. And she didn't like it. That there's a baby that has come into the midst because of all the magic that this African wife and mother has done to this man from day one for some years now. And now, then I got to the point that this man, Juan, does not work for nobody. No female, nobody. And if he does have a gay lover, it doesn't work for them either. Because at one time I told you about too that this man was talking about to a gay lover also. At one point that he was interacting with a gay lover. But now it doesn't work out that way now. I think that has ended because I didn't see in the last dream, that God had gave me, I didn't see that at all. So, and then also too, while this man was trying to sacrifice the American wife with this covenant crew that he met with one of his little one-time fling out in the streets. When that didn't happen, that plan failed too. And so now, the covenant crew that he had made a pact with, had made a contract, an agreement with, now they are coming after this man now because they cannot sacrifice this American wife because she's very protected and highly protected by God. She's a chosen one. She has a special mission on earth. And now this man is upset because now he knows that the covenant cannot sacrifice this woman because God is not going to allow it to happen. So now they're going to come after his family and come after him and his family for them to pay the price. Because the devil wants somebody's soul. And the devil already know that he cannot have the American wife's soul because God and her archangel spiritual teams or whatever are in the midst of that, blocking it. And so this man now is in a lot of turmoil. A lot of tribulations is hitting this man. A lot of unfortunate stuff is coming down hard on this man to make him go into like a depression type state. And when God was showing it to me, this man he's taking a lot of pills and do different pills and stuff just to cope, just to sleep. Because it's so much on his mind. And he don't know where things has come to and has come from. Only thing this man can do, this man has a lot of nightmares. God was showing me that this man was having a lot of nightmares, in his sleep. He do a lot of jerking and shaking in his sleep. Because this man knows that the devil wants his soul. If they can't get any of his family's soul, the devil's going to get his soul. Because this man is already in a low vibrational state. He's in a state where nothing will, that only God can get him out of this. And because of all the black matches and hexes and curses that's been thrown at this man from different areas, different women that he dealt with along the way, it's stopping him from praying to his Most High. The God that he worshiped in Muslim. Allah. He can't pray to Allah. And he's trying to, but it doesn't work. Even during the Ramadan season, this man still didn't do any praying. Maybe once or twice or whatever that this man might have prayed, but as I'm seeing it in a vision and dream that God was giving me, this man cannot do a lot of praying. 31. He cannot do a lot of praying. And it's upsetting him because that was part of his ritual of praying, all different times of the day, giving gratification to Allah. Yes, he listened to, sometimes this man will listen to them reading, Bible scripture from the Quran, but it's not the same as this man doing his daily prayer. And his family and all of them know that there's a change in this man. They noticed that when that man came back, there was a change in him. That he was not the same son or father or husband when he left. His family's been pimping this man out for years. They wanted this man to take care of them and breadcrumb the American wife. And that's what this man followed, what his dad had said to him. And now, to the point that he has breadcrumbed his American wife, to the point that now he's feeling bad and sorry for it. And he don't know how to get back into her good graces, get back into her life, because she has totally shielded her energy from this man. And God made this American woman to shield her energy from this man, because this man is not in a good state right now. The American woman is going to keep moving forward. And in a dream I saw where she kept moving forward, whether she had sexual relation with this man or not, she didn't care, because she's looking at what God is telling her to do. She go by God's instructions, and she's at peace with that. This is not the first time that this American woman, before she met this her African husband, this is not the first time that she has been absent. So she knows how to preserve herself and keep herself. And then know this man is really upset because he knows that they have good sexual relations when he's with this American wife. They have very good chemistry. Sexual chemistry. They have very good sexual chemistry. And this man like having sex with his American wife, because she soothes him. When they have sex, she brings some type of healing and soothing to him sexually. And that's what the African wife and all these other women don't have. They don't have that ability to heal someone sexually and their soul inside. She has that healing energy. And that's why they're mad. And that's why they're pissed off. But this man Juan is not working. It's not working for nobody. Because of all the black magic and different things, like I said, has come to him that God was showing to me. And it's really sad that you have women like that agreed to this man marrying or going outside of their marriage. And don't you know that this man gonna fall in love with that wife that he married in America? So they should have known that there would be a chance that that would happen. And I guess she wasn't thinking, her parents, his parents, and nobody was thinking about that's what would happen. And she didn't know that the spells would backfire. You know, sometimes when there are so many different black magic spells that's coming at a person, it counteract with each other. And something is going to backfire. And something is going to bring chaos and confusion. To the point that this man is not beneficial to no woman right now. Or no man. Take it out of your resume. He's not beneficial to no one. He's just an empty soul walking around on this earth. His soul is empty. Because he has dipped into the dark side, which was forbidden during his religion, his mores and belief. A lot of, like the baby mama did a spell on him so she can get pregnant by this man. She came after this man. She saw this man on the internet and came after this man, this baby mama. So that's how she got a one-night stand with this man. Because this man, she knew that this man was in a low vibrational state. She could feel his energy. She could tell. So she decided to get pregnant by this man and thought that this man was going to be with her and be the American wife too. But it didn't work out. It was a one-night stand. And that's how he treated the relationship. And she got pissed off and mad and started to dip and dab into spell work also to go after this man. First she tried the American wife. It didn't work. It backfired on her. She quickly learned that this woman with that American wife was protected. Spiritually and earthly protected. So then she decided then to go after this man. When nothing else failed to work, she decided now to go after this man now. Because he's already in a low vibrational state. He has no defenses. No defenses, no nothing. And like I said, it's really a sad situation, y'all. As God was showing me a dream, this man was like wandering. He didn't know if he was coming or going. He didn't know anything. It's like his mind was gone. When you look through this man's eyes, he has a soulless eyes. And it's not that he don't want to be with his American woman. It's not that at all. It's because of all the hexes and curses and things that has come to this man, that different women has thrown at him, has caused this man. And then this man also dipped and dabbed in some black magic himself, and got connected to a covenant group that he can't get himself out of. He has made bad choices all around. Very bad choices this man has made all around. And so God is asking the American wife to pray for this man. Pray for his soul. And yes, God is still protecting the American woman's marriage with this man that I saw also. He's still protecting it because he's not done with this man. These two is not done yet. It's still a purpose that these two need to fulfill first. So that's why this man has not left the American woman, because there is a purpose, a mission that God has for them that they need to do together. And the African woman, wife, knows about it. And so also these mistress and also the baby mama knows about it too. And they've been trying to stop it and they can't stop anything. God said things will continue to move forward and going according to his prophecy and his plans for these two couples. One is anointed and appointed, was highly spiritual gift and chosen, and the African one is not. She doesn't have spiritual gift. She lost her spiritual gift when she started dipping and dabbing in black magic and root work, which is forbidden. She's Muslim also, and it was forbidden. But because she couldn't stand to see this man love this American wife and any other wife or any other women, and maybe he got some other wives out there, y'all, because why would I say that? So he might have other wives out there too that he don't marry. Maybe she's not the only one. And the American wife not the only one. You know, would y'all know that, you know, and to be in reality now, that you all know the culture of African is that they can have more than one wives. You know, that thing, type of culture over there is over there in Africa. It's not over here in America. You know, it's up to the American wife or whoever they marry. It's up to them whether or not they want to be in a multicultural relationship. It's how I put it. And if the American woman disagree with that, then he has to accept the fact and not force the situation. Or divorce and move forward. That somebody's going to accept third-party situation and more than one wives. And so that's all that I really have, is that this man is walking around like a zombie. He is soulless. Very soulless man. He has no emotions. He has nothing. He has no feelings, no emotion for nobody. Not even his family. Not even his wife in Africa, his American wife, his baby mama or whoever. He has no emotions. This man, so much black magic has hit this man from different areas to try to separate him and the American wife. It done brought to the point that this man has no emotions. He don't know what he's doing no more. And he knows that something is off. But they have clouded his mind to where he can't think. And the American wife is talking to this man and telling her the dreams that she's having about him and other people. And it seems like that he's not comprehending or understanding it. Because they have done that to this man. where his mind is very cloudy, his thinking, his logic, his decisions. And the only thing this man do now is he get frustrated a lot. He get offended a lot. He don't understand why he's feeling this way, why he's feeling offended, why he's feeling frustrated. If the American wife says something, he gets on the offense. He gets very frustrated. And he don't know why. Then he comes back and apologizes to the American wife for how he's been acting towards her. You know, that's what happened when you do not follow the plan of God. And when God is warning you to do right by people, he turned your mind into a reprobate mind. And a reprobate mind, when God turned into a reprobate mind, that means you're unstable in all your ways. In your personal life, your professional life, everything is unstable. And nothing is going to work out according to the plan that you think that you have. Blessings are going to be shut down. Doors and opportunities are going to be shut down in this man's life because he did not do right. And when God was given ample time to do right by the American wife, he did not. And this is the consequences for his actions and accountability that God will hold to a person if you do not do what he asks you to do and follow your plan and your mission. There are so many people out here that walks just like a zombie also, because they have stepped out the will of God. They have dipped into a lot of sin to the point that God has turned them over to a reprobate mind. To a reprobate mind. And when you start going into a reprobate mind, only God can bring you out of that state. And if this man doesn't wake up and start praying and listen to his American wife, because she's very spiritually and has a lot of knowledge and spirituality, if he doesn't listen to her, this man will stay like this for over 20-some years. And when he goes back home to visit his African wife, he's going to have no emotions for her either. He's not going to have any sexual desire for her either. Because things have backfired. And just be straight talking. The feelings that he might have had for her when they talk on the phone, different things like that, he don't have it no more. No sexual desire for her either. She done really messed up. When she should have quit with the magic, and she didn't quit with it. So now she done messed her own self up. The African wife done messed her own self up. The baby mama done messed her own self up. And then the other one night stand that he was with done messed their self up too. All of this has backfired on everybody that was doing magic at this American wife, this chosen one, and doing magic at this man. It has backfired. Everything has backfired. Excuse me, y'all, but I was running my water. So until next time, peace, love, joy, and happiness, much blessings. Keep moving forward. Stand your ground, expose and speak the truth.